Hari Om, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, verse 16. Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. In the last verse, Bhagwan Krishna said, the person who dies when Rajoguna is predominant, he will be born in an environment attached to actions. Those who die when tamas is predominant, they are born in the womb of people who has no discriminate. So that is what Bhagavan Krishna said in verse 15. Verse 16 now. Karmanas sukrdasya gugum satvigam nirmalam palam rajasastu palam dukkam ajnanam tamasapalam. I think in this verse, Bhagavan is unfolding a greatest secret. The simple looking verse contains a profound meaning. That is what I feel. That is what I think. The question before all of us is, how can a person change his mind and intellect equipment? That is why in the introduction we said, this is the best chapter. This is the highly knowledgeable chapter. Why? Because man can correct himself. That is what Bhagavan says in this chapter. I might have done, in the past, I might have done a number of mistakes. Just forget it, Bhagavan says. You can correct yourself. Now, today onwards, you can correct yourselves. We may think, sir, it looks impossible. Because what we have said is already, we are coming with a software. Based on the past actions, the software we write, it comes with us. So how can I change myself? Is it possible? This is what the question which is there in everybody's mind. The past governs the future. So if I was bad in my previous janma, I continue to be bad in this janma also. How can I change? Disciplining the mind and changing the quality of thoughts, it is not an easy task. That means, should I remain as it is? Should I remain a bad guy? Then next janma also I will be a bad guy. How can I change? That question seems to be answered by Bhagavan Krishna in this verse. Before getting into the verse, we need to see 2-3 acharyas or Swamiji's explanations. Swami Vivekananda explains this by way of a story. It is not he has given the explanation on this verse. He has given a story which I think aptly can be applied to this verse. He gives the following story. A rich man had a garden. He had 2 gardeners. One was a very lazy fellow. He did not do any work. But when the owner comes to the garden, the lazy man would get up, fold his arms, praise a master like anything. He will say, sir, you are the best master in this world. No one can be like you. The glow of your face tells everything. He will go on praising the master. He may even dance before the master to please him. The other fellow, the other gardener, he will not talk much. He would not talk much. He will work hard, very extremely hard in the garden. Produce all sorts of flowers, vegetables and fruits. Then when he will harvest everything, take it to the master's home and then delivers it. Then Swami Vivekananda asked a question. What do you think? Which servant, which gardener will be beloved to the master? Swami Vivekananda says, Lord Shiva is the master. The world is his garden. 2 sorts of gardeners are there. One is lazy, hypocrite, and does nothing. But he praises Lord. He sings songs, he chants slokas, whatever it is. The other one, he takes care of Lord Shiva's children. that is, all those who are poor and weak, and his entire creations, whatever it is. Which of these two will be more beloved to Lord Shiva? Naturally, the one who serves his children. Swami Vivekananda finally concludes the one who wants to please Lord Shiva must serve all the creatures of this world. First, first you must serve the creatures of this world. Swami Vivekananda says, you must extend help to anyone who comes to you for help. Whatever you could do. It is not that beyond your capacity he is asking you to do. Whatever you could do. If it is within your power, within your capacity, you help that person. This is good karma. By doing good actions, heart becomes pure. Here the logic comes. By doing good actions, heart becomes pure. He says, selfishness is the chief sin. Unselfishness is the test of religion, and he who has more of this unselfishness is more spiritual and nearer to Lord Shiva. So, what I understand from this story is, even assuming your mind is impure, by performing good actions, you can change the mind to purity. This is one. Second, Kanji Paramacharya. Kanji Paramacharya gives the following example. Suppose if you are a poor fellow, assume that you are a poor fellow, but you play online lottery. That is how you became poor. Suddenly somebody comes and says, sir, you got 10 crores in online lottery. Then what will happen? You jump from earth to sky. I know one day I will win. So immediately your happiness is unlimited, overjoyed. You go to the bank to claim the amount. Bank officer says, sir, correct. Ticket number tallies, everything, serial number is correct, everything is correct. But unfortunately, the ticket you have purchased is fake. Hence, no money can be given to you. Immediately what happens? Immediately you become depressed. You say, Are Shani Bhagwan is always with me. He never leaves me. I know about myself. You criticize, you get depressed. So Kanji Paramacharya says, our rishis and munis scientifically observed and studied the mind of the person depending upon his moods according to the different situations of life. They found that by changing the outside, inside can be controlled or changed or modified. That is why they prescribe lot of karmas or actions in tune with dharma. It could be even chanting of slogas, chanting of namas, going to temple, or carrying out any work for the welfare of the society, whatever it is, or even doing asanas. They found the method that your inside can be changed by your outside work. That is what they found. This is what Kanji Paramacharya says. Third, Swami Chinmayananda says, changing the type of actions and disciplining the external movements, it is relatively easy. Changing or correcting the mind and intellect equipment, it is not that easy. In other words, changing the subtle mind is very, very difficult. It has been accepted even by Bhagwan Krishna. It is not an easy thing to change the mind. But controlling and disciplining the organs of actions is easy. Suppose if your eye wants to see something, you can close your eyes. And you don't want to hear some music, you can close your ears. But you cannot close your nose for a long time. But you can shut your mouth for a long time. Hence, first change your actions to change the mind. Undertake good and noble actions in the outside world. When noble actions are undertaken, soon it becomes a habit. Chinmayananda says, when noble actions are undertaken, soon it becomes a habit, and this external habit of discipline tends to discipline the mind. That is why Bhagwan Krishna again and again and again and again insisted Arjuna to do karma in tune with dharma. Swami Chinmayananda says that is why in childhood children are compelled. A little force is applied on the children. The children are, we say to the children, respect elders, go and chant slogas, go to the temple, don't utter lie, etc. etc. So many restrictions we put. These actions, outer actions, discipline actually the mind internally. Again, he says, the joy of a quiet mind, the state of minimum agitation, the capacity of the mind to focus single pointedly are the fruits of good actions when the mind is in sattva guna. Sattva guna is not accidental or gift of God. This is very, very important. Sattva guna is not accidental or gift of God. It is a training of the mind which one voluntarily undertakes to overcome the turbulences of rajas and the inertia of tamas. Sattva guna is unselfishness. It wants to give more to the world rather than taking more from the world. This is important. Sattva guna wants to give more rather than taking more from the world. Swami Chinmayananda again says, thought is the father of actions. Good thought means good actions. If one has good thoughts and perform good actions, then naturally the result is a quiet, contented and cheerful life. That person is full of love and kindness, mercy and compassion. He leads a noble life, which is called a satvik life, because of inward purity. That is, by doing outwardly good actions, you correct the mind. Then the mind starts thinking good thoughts, and then naturally you perform good actions. So both are interconnected. You get a sattvic mind. Sattvic mind is naturally pure mind and least agitation, then happiness. What you sow, so shall you reap. You cannot plant a bitter gourd and expect a sweetest mango from that plant, unless we are a filtered idiot. If we do good actions, naturally we reap good results. We become sattvic in nature. Peace of mind and happiness is the result. In this Janma itself, complete peace of mind and happiness is ensured. A small example which I could think of is like a cycle chain. Cycle chain is connected to the pedal and to the back wheel. If you see the cycle chain, you pedal the front wheel, then naturally the back wheel rotates and the tire rotates and then the cycle moves. But when the chain comes out, what do? You don't try to put the chain to the pedal first, that big wheel. First you put it in the small wheel, then rotate the pedal. Automatically the chain will come in order. And then you can pedal the cycle, happily go. Similarly, mind is the pedal. It is chained to the back wheel, which are actions. Mind is the front wheel, back wheel is the action. Suppose if the chain comes out, then what you should do is first you correct the back wheel, correct your actions, perform good actions, then put it on the pedal wheel. Then you pedal the cycle. Life cycle will be smoothly going. You will be happily enjoying your ride. That is what I think. Already we have seen if Rajoguna is the nature in the previous verses. Naturally, the person with Rajoguna wants to acquire and possess. Selfish fellow. Endless desires are there. To acquire something is not easy. It looks easy. It is not very easy. A person has to sweat and toil in this world to get what he wants. He may achieve success, may not achieve success also. Dejection, distress, anger, jealousy, everything will come. Agitation will be always there. Even if he achieves success, then it becomes all the more difficult because it needs double the effort to protect what is gained. So earning is easy. Protecting is more difficult. Rajoguna binds a person to inexhaustible and insatiable desires and mad attachments to what is acquired. In an attempt to procure and preserve, man involves in number of actions. His mind is always agitated, hence he loses his peace of mind. We have already said Rajoguna is pure selfishness. It wants to take more from the world rather than giving more to the world. That is why that person suffers. Tamasic person, we have already again we have seen that person is in complete ignorance. Eat, eats well and sleeps well. That is the policy. He is like any other tree or animal in this world. It is not that he is not having discriminative intellect. All the if you are a tamasic person, rajasic person, or sattvic person, all the three have been given discriminative intellect. It is not that Bhagwan has not given for one person discriminative intellect and another only he has given. And the quality also is not different. Same quality. But the tamasic person is not using it. He puts his brain in deep freezer. He is like the lazy gardener. Since the tamasic person is not using his brain, it will automatically rust. Swami Vivekananda says, if you rest, you rust. Tamas wields the discriminative intellect. He is as good as a tree or animal. That is what we have already said. That is why in this verse, I think, Bhagavan starts the verse by saying, do good karmas or actions which are pure. This will purify the mind. Mind which is pure is less agitated. Less agitation means more happiness. That is, mind will become sattvic in nature. Then when you pedal the mind, then the mind will automatically pedal the back wheel. Actions will be again pure. So you gain naturally happiness. Rajo and Tamoguna already we have discussed. So Bhagavan starts this verse by saying, Karmana sukradasya gugu satvikam nirmalam palam. Good actions. Karmana sukradasya gugu. Good actions, pure actions. Satvikam nirmalam palam. Then naturally your mind gets changed. And satvik, you attain the sattvic nature. Verse 16 again. Karmana sukurdasya gugu satvikam nirmalam palam rajasastu palam dukkam ajnanam tamasa palam. Next verse we will see tomorrow. Arihom sarvam krishnarpanamastu. Narayana 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 Narayana